Hi, and welcome back to the kitchen at Wild Heaven Farms. I'm Mary, and today we're going to be making homemade mayonnaise from our farm fresh eggs and some avocado oil. So you always start with a room temperature egg. And since mine just came out of the refrigerator, I'm going to put it in a bowl of water for about 20 minutes. That's just a little bit warmer than room temperature. And then I'm going to gather up all my supplies. You'll need an immersion blender for this. I'll put the link down to the one I use down below in the description of the video. And then we'll also need a mason jar, a wide mouth mason jar. So I'm going to go ahead and get a lid for that as well. We'll use a ring and a lid. If you have the metal flats that go on top of here, that's fine, or a plastic lid that fits the top of this. But I'm going to use one of my Tatler reusable lids. So I'll also put a link to these if you want to check those out. I love using them in the kitchen with my jars because they don't cost me anything after I make the initial purchase. So we'll come back in about another 19 minutes or so and make this mayonnaise. I'm going to flavor this up with some garlic and paprika. We'll also need some salt. I'm going to use pink Himalayan. I can go ahead and measure that all into the jar. I like it to have a lot of flavor, so I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to use about, that was actually granulated garlic. I'm going to use about a half a teaspoon of paprika and about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And you'll also want to have some lemon juice, so I'll go ahead and get that out as well. Okay, now we just have to wait on our egg to come to room temperature. This is a small egg, so I'm just going to use 3/4 of a cup of avocado oil. I'm going to go ahead with 2 teaspoons of lemon juice into the jar. Okay. We're going to dry off our egg. And crack it in. Okay. Your immersion blender should be going on the speed as fast as it will go. So I'm even going to press the turbo button on mine, and I'm just going to go ahead and fit it right down into the mason jar and pulse it a couple of times just to blend those ingredients in there. And I'm going to slowly start adding the oil, and I am not lifting this until I see mayonnaise at the bottom. It just takes a minute. You can see it starting to thicken up down there. And I'm slightly lifting. And we have mayonnaise. Okay, there's our mayo. All right, mayo. Clean this off, put the lid on, and put it in the fridge. And we've got homemade, healthy mayonnaise with lots of good avocado fats.